Good morning from the Arizona desert. My name is Tom, and I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is a daily DoorDash journey through the desert. Today is Friday, February 6th. Today is my daughter's birthday. Today we'll be doing only a half a day so that we can spend some time together, and as a family, I think we're going to go out to watch Avatar and go out to dinner and celebrate her birth. So today, I also want to talk about a major crossroad that I may be coming to. Question, am I getting too old for this? Can I sustain what I'm doing? Do I need to find a plan B? What's going on? I've been posting the last couple of days some of the worst numbers that I've done in 2026. I think 304 a couple nights ago, I fell asleep. And DoorDash bombarded me with 9 offers that obviously were all missed orders and tanked my acceptance rate. Yesterday, I fell asleep again, outside of my zone. This time, DoorDash sent me one offer, put me on an automatic pause, and did not tank my AR, but I woke up to a midnight alarm that I had set on one of my phones. Sorry, I'm trying to pull out into traffic and trying to be safe. I'll be going here in just a second. And so the question is, do I need to rethink what I'm doing? Do I need to come up with a plan B? Do I need to give up gig work altogether? I have no idea. I am at my wit's end. I sit here and I'm just like, what is going on? I'm like hitting a wall at like 9 o'clock at night, and it happens the same time every single day. And so I'm jumping into this plan, do, and review philosophy that I teach people, and it's like I'm making a plan to go on out here and work 18 hours and go post my numbers and get out of debt. And do I need to rethink that entire plan? I don't know. And all I have is 18 hours a day to sit here and ponder these thoughts and these ideas. And I go through highs and I go through lows, and it's like, what am I going to do? How am I going to support a family? How am I going to take care of my loved ones? And I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know. Do I need to stop a bunch of the services that I have for my lifestyle? Do I need to shut off the cable? Do I need to get rid of my cell phone plans? You know, where can I cut? Do I need to sell my vehicle and go to a vehicle that will cost me less? I don't know. I'm having to take a hard look at my finances. I'm having to say, is this sustainable? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Maybe it said I'm getting old. I'm going to be 62 in March. Happy birthday to me coming up. But then it's like, are there others out here who are going through the same thing? Are you in your elder years? Are you trying to support a family? Are you having to ask these same tough questions? And what are you doing about it? And you know, all I can say is, you know, you do have to put a microscope to your life, and you have to ask some very tough questions. And sometimes you don't like the answers that you pull from within. But sometimes, you know, reality is what it is, and sometimes you do have to make those tough choices. Sometimes maybe even a family member may sit down and go, my parents are getting old. Do I have to quit my job? Do I have to put them inside of a nursing home? Do I have to? I don't know. What am I going to do? This is rocking my world. Am I going to reach 50,000 lifetime deliveries? Am I going to reach my personal goal of being a dasher who actually reaches 100,000 deliveries? Yeah, I said it. That's my ultimate goal, to be one of the dashers, one of the clowns that are out there in the world to try and reach that. But, you know, it is what it is, and maybe it's not what it is. So I just went into looking at my entire day. What's going on? Why am I hitting this 9 o'clock wall? And I may have found the answer. And it's a funny answer. And I will be testing it. I'm going to abstain from what it is that I think might be throwing my life into a tailspin. And what that is it's a jar of peanut butter. It's a jar of peanut butter. That is my snack. That is my go-to in the evening when I'm looking for something. It's the cheapest snack that I can find, a metal spoon and a couple of, dabs in the jar of peanut butter. Well, it turns out that peanut butter actually produces some chemicals inside of your body that acts similar to melatonin and is knocking me out around 9 o'clock at night. Yes, because I've eaten all my leftovers from the night before, because I sit down and I'm like, hey, I'm going to eat whatever's in the refrigerator and take it with me and make sure that I consume what I bought, because I look at that as like throwing away money. If I'm sitting there and I'm throwing away food out of the refrigerator, then I'm like, that is equated for me to time. And every time that you throw something away instead of consuming it, then you're wasting your time. And why am I out here doing this if we're just going to toss it away? And so I finished my dinner and everything, and then late at night I'm just looking for some little midnight snack, as I'm finishing up my dash, and lo and behold, it might be that little tiny snack that's throwing my world into a tailspin. So, yeah, it might just be peanut butter. So we're going to plan doing a review, and I am going to abstain from that jar of peanut butter. I'm going to not partake in that little nightly snack. And we're going to try and get back to the grind. Now, not today. Today's my daughter's birthday, but come Saturday and Sunday, with the Waste Management open here in town, hopefully we should be able to post some really good numbers, and we've clearing out the missed offers. We'll be doing that today, so we should be up in the 80s at least for an acceptance rating, and we should be poised in a proper position in order to be able to make some really good money. We shall see. But this is part of the plan to review. This is what you need to do if all of a sudden something's happening inside of your life, is you make a plan and then you review the results of that plan, and then you take action on that, and you make corrective steps in order to do something different. Because otherwise, if you don't do something different, then you keep on getting the same results, and we're trying to maximize what it is that we're doing. Peanut butter, can you imagine that? Peanut butter. I even Googled it. If you don't believe me, Google it. Will peanut butter make you sleepy? Google it. And while you're doing that now, I will post my little screenshot of that answer from Google up in the community post so that you can see. But I also know that I'm coming down to this age where I have to make these tough questions. And sometimes you have a little jar of peanut butter that the heavens bring down upon your life in order to be able to prepare you for those tough questions later on down the road. Because I know that I'm going to end up at this crossroads again as I become more of an elder in this world. Because I'm almost 62 years old. So I've got to get to navigation and see where it is that I'm at to make sure that I'm delivering this to the proper area. So with that, continue your day. Follow that plan, do, review process. If something comes up in your life, do not hesitate to answer those tough questions. Do not hesitate to put your life under a microscope. You may not like the answers, but it's what we have to do in order to make progress and make those tough choices through life. So with that, I hope that you're safe. Give your loved ones a hug and a kiss. Make a new friend today. Keep following. And I'll let you know if I'm going to quit. But I don't think so. Have a great day.